Hey folks, it's Kat.Beanie and welcome back to another episode of Divergence. As you can see, the like and subscribe rainbow is across your screen right about now. I don't want to tell you to like and subscribe. Well, I don't want to not tell you to like and subscribe, but you know, the hint's there. It is implicit in the whole thing. So, and if you want to see the other Divergence content on the server, because as you know, there are 9 of us, their links are down below in the description, so feel free to hit them up, give them a like and subscribe, and you'll be able to see obviously all angles from all perspectives, what everyone's doing, etc, etc. Some people just live stream, some people do long content videos like I do, some people do both. You know, we're a mixed bag, and that's what makes us divergent. So as you can see, I got a big hole, as is my way. Like I got like a bit stuck. I didn't know what I wanted to make, and I did the beacons, and then I was like, right, well, I do want to put like a big proper beacon in like the middle of the tiny beacons. I wanted to do something with the space sort of underneath the beacons, because obviously there's like 4 on each side, totaling up to 16 in total. There's 1 in every colour. But I didn't want to just like leave them there and then have a beacon in the middle and then not do anything else. I wanted to make something kind of substantial. So as you can see, I am making this whole area, and it's not looking like I enjoy it. It's like it's a different sort of aesthetic for me. I don't usually work with like the darker woods, and I don't know if you've been able to tell from the top layer, which is, you know, the spruce and yellow terracotta, but like I've been doing the I can't words today. The yellow terracotta sort of inlaid, and then the spruce logs outlaid, so it gives like a little bit more depth to it, because I am trying to be a little bit more, you know, buildy type, aesthetically pleasing type deal. And obviously in order to do that, you need to pay attention to the details. So this layer is going to be spruce and netherrack. I want to say no, it's not netherrack, it's nether brick. That's the one. Honestly, this brain of mine just hoo-ha. So as I'm recording this, it is actually my 12-year-old's, oh god, that's scary. My 12-year-old's birthday, as in she was 11 yesterday. So that has been all fun and games. Like this morning, she got her gifts. She like already spent half of her birthday money on stuff she wanted, before like games that were coming out, like the Harry Potter game that she wanted before, and a new Sims game that was coming out that she wanted on day release. So she had like, they each get a certain amount for their birthdays and Christmas, and she spent some of it beforehand. The rest she picked out what she wanted, and we got that, and she got that this morning. And then she wanted to go do this sort of aerial assault course with like ropes and what have you. So we couldn't all go because she was taking some friends. We wouldn't all fit in a car, so I stayed at home with the other 2, and her friends and her dad went to do this aerial assault course thing, because like actually going to the area, our son can't do it because of safety reasons. He wouldn't be able to manage it himself, and it's not something you can do as a 2-person team. So we wouldn't have been able to help him with that, and obviously the baby's a baby, so there ain't no chance she was going to do that. So it's just easier, instead of us like dragging the younger 2 along there and having to keep them entertained outside. And it was a bit like dreekit the day. If you don't know what dreekit means, it's a Scottish word for like sort of dreary, rainy, miserable dreekit. It's very dreek the day, and it's not good. But they managed to get it done. My husband apparently got injured a little bit, but he's fine. And the other kids had a blast. So that was good. That was the intention. So she went to do that, and then she wanted McDonald's for dinner. So that happened. One of her friends actually stayed to hang out for dinner time, and my husband just took her home a couple of minutes ago, and then he's back somewhere doing whatever. I think he's on the phone right now, actually, outside. The little one is down for bed. Our son's doing him, and our oldest is just like chilling out, playing her games, and breathing after a whole day full of shenanigans, and like they just had cake and what have you, and it's been a good day, and I think she's a bit knackered, to be honest, after everything that was going on. So as you can see, this the spruce and the nether brick is looking like really dark. Like, I didn't think it was going to look this dark. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to look this dark, because obviously they're both dark blocks, but I sort of like imagined in my head that it looking slightly lighter, slightly more like the red nether brick, and like if I wanted it that way I should have just used the red nether brick, because I do have red nether brick, but it is what it is. I'm using the normal nether brick, and it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to change it now. I probably, if I knew that this was how dark it was going to be, I probably would have opted for the red nether brick to start off with. So not 100% like the way I like it. Like, I'm not one of those people that starts the start of the video and goes, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't know if it's going to be like me. I don't know if it's going to turn out well. And then at the end of every video go, actually, that's amazing. I really enjoy that. That was great. I'd like, no, it's not exactly how I wanted it to turn out, but I am too lazy to change it. So there is that. So as you can see, it is a bit of a palaver going up all the bits with logs and having to come down all the sides with the nether brick, and it is just a bit of chaos. So as you can see, I've put the little tree lights, I forget what they're called, at the top there, and I'm thinking about putting some, what's it called, glow lights, glow dust lights, glow blocks, the gold glowy blocky things. See, this is how terrible my memory is. Yeah, I have no idea what they're called. See, the only reason like I remembered what the spruce was called was because I saw it in the video as I hovered over it as I'm recording the voiceover, because I'm like, I've never really used this dark wood type before, and then I'm like, what dark wood type, what am I talking about? And then it's like, spruce, it said spruce, okay, I can work with that. That's like half of my videos right there. So glowstone, there we go. See, I get there in the end, people. So it has been a pretty busy day thus far. Think it's going to be a pretty chill day tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't think we've got anything planned. I do feel kind of bad because like my father-in-law came up to like see the kids and like obviously see Izzy for her birthday, and my husband and her and her pals had to basically rush out the door because one of her friends was late getting there, and her granddad was like late coming with the traffic and stuff, and they were already late for getting to the assault course thing, so they weren't sure if they were still going to be able to participate because they're getting there late. But it was all fine. The people there were like absolutely chilled with it, and by the time they've actually done like the safety course thing and everything else, like they didn't actually get back home till like later than we'd expected them to. So Dad already decorated the cake and everything else and like popped that in the fridge, and it was a bit of a day. I say a bit of a day. It was like basically my husband running around ragged after all these munchkins and doing all the driving here, there and everywhere. He took the kids down to the shop this morning so like they could spend some of their birthday money, and obviously then come home, give them lunch, go to this thing with Izzy and her friends and blah, blah, blah. And all I had to do was sit in the house and watch the other two kids and tidy up and decorate a cake and etc. etc. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Right, so as you can see, some of the nether brick is still cooking. I have no idea why I actually go up here, because I don't need anything up here. I think I just went up to remind myself of what was actually in that chest, which then reminded me of the fact that I still have a whole bunch of stuff in my post box that someone has kindly given to me. I still don't know who it was or why. I don't know what Divergent has graciously donated these things to me, or why they have graciously donated them to me, but like, you know, I'm appreciative, whoever it was. I would like to know who it was so I could, you know, return the favour in kind, or, you know, get an explanation as to why. But it is what it is. I mean, like, I have done a few sort of random acts of kindness for, you know, other Divergents on the server. And if I've got stuff spare that I'm not using that I could easily replace and they're in a bit of a hard spot, then yeah, sure, you know, take it, have it, you know. My shop's there if they want to go buy. I think I really need to like restock my shop on some things, because it's getting out of hand at the minute. I have not made potions in like forever, and I'm sort of coming up like stalemate of things to do, because like I want to go adventuring and explore the seed and yada yada yada, but on the other hand 1.20 is vastly approaching, so get your ancient debris and your netherite done now. Get it done now. Like this, not just leave the video. Leave now. Go on Minecraft. Go do your ancient debris mining. Go now. Like, leave. Just right. Go. I'll shut up. You'll even go do some ancient debris mining, or you know, keep this video on in the background and do ancient debris mining, which would probably be better than, you know, losing a bunch of views halfway through the video. Anyway, I am really bad at promoting my own channel, haven't I? But anyway, so yeah, 1.20 is vastly approaching, so we're going to get sniffers, we're going to get camels, we're going to get bamboo blocks. Obviously, I have made the bamboo machine, as you may have seen slightly out of my window yonder. So that works on bone meal. I've eventually found a skelly spawner, so I've got that set up. I did change the skeleton spawner slightly, because on my first design the skeletons were pushed by the water to the front wall, where I had a line of magma blocks, and which automatically killed the skeletons, and then obviously the drops went into the hopper. I have changed it so that the water pools to the centre, and then I made like a little step bit down so I could get down underneath, and then the skeletons drop on top of a hopper in a very tight spot, and then I just stand underneath there and like kill them. So it's like a little XP / you know, bone meal farm. That way I can get the XP while I kill them. Although if I really want like substantial amounts of XP, or to recharge my tools like super fast, then I'd probably just go use busters, because it is the go-to machine for using, well, not using, but getting XP. And especially when I was digging out all the blocks for this hole, I kind of want to take it all the way down to like -60, or you know, as far down as I can get. But like getting to this point, I had to go recharge my pickaxes like twice already. I was just like, and plus I don't actually have any plan of what to do with this space at the minute. It was just something like I wanted to do. I wanted to make the space. I wanted to make it look nice. I wanted to try using the spruce and then obviously the indented bits to do that. So, you know, that's done. That's been accomplished. I have, because I have this tendency to use the blocks that I have to make builds of things instead of purposely going, these are the blocks that I want to use. This is the aesthetic I want to go for. This is the look I'm after. And then purposely going out and getting the blocks to make that happen. I will tend just to be lazy, as, some of us are. I'm not judging you lazy people. I am you. But, I'm trying to get myself out of that habit of using the stuff I've already got and, purposely putting in the extra effort to get the better blocks or go, put the grind in to get other blocks that I think would be more suitable or would suit the look I'm going for. And as you guys know, I don't plan any of this crap. It just happens, and I didn't plan to use the spruce. I just thought I need to mine some trees because I've got no wood. Started doing the oak trees and then thought, I've got some spruce saplings in there. I'll grow some of those. And it sort of went from there, and decided, I'll make a big hole. And then the spruce trees were more plentiful than the oak trees, and they were bigger and they're easier to cut down a whole bunch at times. So as you can see, I've just explained to you how I want to do more building where I go get more intentional blocks and do more intentional grinding to get blocks that I think would look better. But I've then again just taken the lazy way out because the spruce trees were easier to cut down, because obviously I made the big ones, and it was easier there to get a stack and a half of blocks from one tree, as opposed to cutting down the oak trees, replanting them, waiting for them to grow, and blah 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 blah. By the time I'd cut down one spruce tree, another one had already grown, and etc etc. So I'm a bit of a hypocrite on this point, because on one hand, trying to be more intentional, and it does look better than it would have done if I'd used oak. So I am happy about that. But on the other hand, I hadn't even realised I was doing it at the time. But on the other hand, I still have been, lazier than I meant to be. I'm thinking, oh great, I'm using a different block, I'm using a different look, this is going to be great, and I've actually just done it to myself again. And the whole reason the wall was made out of not the black stone, the deep slate, was because I have oodles and oodles and oodles of deep slate. I had that block readily available, and that's why my wall is made out of it. I don't even know why I put doors in that sucker, because now that I am actually able to use an elytra appropriately, I can actually take off from the ground now. I actually managed to fly my way out of this hole a few times from the ground, and it didn't even die. I mean, I did crash into my big jungle tree once, but I didn't die, so there's that. Unfortunately, one of the other Divergents did have a poor wee flying incident soon, but I'm not going to say anything other extra on that, because they may want to do a video or something on that themselves and explain that. I do have a plan to also put glass around my sort of boxed off area. I'm finding that everything is quite square and rectangular in my world, in my base at the minute. As you can see, this bit is square. My jungle tree, my giant jungle tree is boxed off with a wall going around it, so that's very rectangular. And I don't know why I do it, but I always seem to make things very, apart from my original build with my cows in it and my copper house, everything else is very boxy again, and I seem to be getting back into the rut of making very unoriginal shaped builds, and it's something I am going to have to work on. But there's not really anything else for me to build in a minute, so I need your help, guys. I need you to throw out in the comments things I could make, things I could build, or even blocks that you would like to see me use in a Divergence SMP. So chuck them in the comments. If you've got an idea for a build that you're thinking about doing in your own world, chuck that in the comments too. If you've got something really outlandish that you would never build, but you would be interested to see how it turns out, chuck that in the comments. I am at a loss at what to do at the minute because I want to go on a big ass adventure, but I need to stick close to home. I want to do lots of building and making stuff, but on the other hand, I don't really know what to make at this point. As you see, I've got all this space. I've got all this space for this bit. I've got my copper house. I do need to modify that because obviously my villagers used to be in the little bit over there. They're no longer there. That bit leads on to my copper house, so I need to go in there because I've not been in that general area in a while, and I do need to go and tidy that bit up because it looks abysmal. There's chests everywhere, there's beds everywhere, there's just like random crap all over the place, and it does not look great. So as you can see, I'm stripping the spruce logs in a sort of checkboard pattern. So, you know, one stripped, one not, one stripped, one not, and then obviously vice versa on the next row. So it comes out in a little checkerboard pattern. But you can't really tell it's a checkboard pattern because the non-stripped spruce logs surround the stripped ones. So there's still like the little brown border around the normal spruce logs. So it's very difficult to tell that, you know, it is a checkerboard pattern without knowing it's a checkerboard pattern. But I actually I hate when people do that, but I love, if anyone's seen my long-term survival world and you've seen my bank, you will understand why I love this. For some reason, layers of rooms with glass as the floor just do it for me. I mean, if I've got a type, that is it. It just works for me. It seems to be my thing, and I do love it. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.